Hello and welcome to Cinemania with Ellis Charles Hoffmeister. This week I'm talking about a few films that I watched this week. This Friday I'm talking about a few different films that I watched. Me! Uh, okay, so this week I watched The Merchant of Four Seasons, the Rainer Werner Fassbinder film, which has Ingrid Cavan and Hannah Shigula and I want to say Hans Mueller, but that's not right. Who is in it? I don't know. I don't know his full company of actors. Let's be honest. I'm just figuring out more about Fassbinder because what I have seen of his films I really, really love. Ali Fear Eats the Soul, Carell, but I haven't seen a ton of his films, and I really need to, and he's such a big, important German filmmaker, and, he's one of my idols, so I'm working on it. So this week I watched The Merchant of Four Seasons, which is fantastic. I mean, I very, very much enjoyed it. I would probably give it 4 out of 5 bags of fruit, because that's important to the plot. I thought for a second it was going to go very, breaking the waves, and for a split second it does kind of go there. But, it's a very interesting film about dissatisfaction and lost love and the life that you wanted to lead versus the life you didn't. So if you're a fan of Fassbinder's films and German cinema, I think it's a very important one in his filmography, and I think it's beautiful. Then I watched the incredible Ganja and Hess, which I had never seen before. And I bow down to Bill Gunn because Bill Gunn is just, a filmmaker that is just incredible. He's also the person that introduced James Dean to jazz and the bongos, which I did not know. And he is absolutely fantastic in this, along with Marlene Clark and Dwayne Jones from, Night of the Living Dead fame. It is a very kind of, I don't want to say surreal, but it feels very almost surrealistic, kind of, black vampire film. And it reminds me a lot of Martin. And, it just has this quality about it that is just haunting. And I very, very much enjoyed it. And I'd never seen it. And it was one of those films that's been on my list for a long, long time. And I think is very, very important, and more people should know about. People know about it now. I don't know why I'm saying that. That's stupid. But Ganja and Hess, highly recommend. I would probably say 4 out of 5 haunted knives. It's not a haunted knife. It's an infected knife. Big fan. Big fan. Gonna go watch more of Bill Gunn's work and, Marlene Clark's work, and big fan. Then I watched The Estate by Dean Craig, which is a recent kind of black comedy that came out, I think, in the last year. It was executive produced by Sarah Jessica Parker, which was very interesting. And it has Toni Collette, and it has Anna Faris and Kathleen Turner, David Duchovny, Rosemary DeWitt. Has a great cast. It starts out as a film where, it went kind of straight to Hulu and streaming and maybe had a small theatrical release, but I was kind of going, okay, I understand why that happened when it started out, but it's just filthy enough, and the performers are just good enough, and the writing does some doozies that I enjoyed it. I would give it 3 out of 5 pulling someone else's penis out. Can't tell you why, but that's what I would say. Then I watched Jeff Baena's new film, Spin Me Round, which was also written and stars Alison Brie, Alessandra Nivola, Debbie Ryan, Molly Shannon, Tim Heidecker, Zach Woods. Oh God, that amazing actress that I can't remember her name right now from that show that I should know the title of because it's one of my favorite shows of the last year, which is I Love This For You. But it's really fun. It's a fun kind of Italian romp where you think it's going one way and it goes a totally different way. And Jeff Baena is a filmmaker that I just adore. I love The Little Hours. Joshi is another film that I remember seeing at Sundance, and it has an opening You will never forget. That is insane. So I'd highly recommend a double tour. That I would probably give 4 out of 5. Apparently I'm giving a lot of 4 out of 5s this week. I would give it 4 out of 5 sexy water questions that lead to something completely different. Or maybe Italian food chains. Oh, maybe I'd give it 4 out of 5, like, squeezable Alfredo bags, which is gonna make some people probably nauseated, but I love that. Then I watched A Double Tour, which is, I believe, Claude Chabrol's 3rd film, and it was his first film in color. And it's kind of a Hitchcockian type, that's what they compare it to, film. Madeline Robinson won the Volpe Cup for Best Actress for this film. It was also called Web of Passion, or Leda, as it was released in the US. It takes place in Provence. It's a very wealthy family. The dad's having an affair. It's kind of, everything's coming to a head because of that. It's fun. I didn't love it. I would also give that one 3 out of 5 classical music records. It's important to the story, that's why. But, I would say I probably love Les Beaux Serges, which I watched last week, which is another Claude Chabrol film, a lot more. But the cinematography is gorgeous. So I would definitely recommend it for that. That's what I have to say for this wonderful Friday. Enjoy your Passover weekend. Okay. Enjoy your Passover weekend. I'll be watching John Wick movies.